The mailbox was my sanctuary, a humble metal box that held my hopes in crisp envelopes until HOA Karen turned it into her personal buffet. Her meaty hands, dripping with entitlement, had been pilfering my mail for weeks, and I was done playing nice. It started innocently enough. I'd moved to this quiet cul-de-sac in suburban Ohio, expecting neighborly waves and maybe a casserole or two. Instead, I got HOA Karen, the human equivalent of a parking ticket, unwanted, infuriating, and impossible to ignore. She waddled around the neighborhood in her ill-fitting tracksuits, her beady eyes scanning everyone else's business like a vulture circling carrion. At first, I thought her glares were just her face's default setting, but then my mail started vanishing. Bills, birthday cards, even my limited edition comic book subscription gone. The post office shrugged. The police said, "File a report." But I knew who the culprit was. I'd seen Karen lingering by my mailbox, her sausage fingers flipping through envelopes like she was browsing a clearance rack. The final straw came on a chilly Tuesday morning. I'd been waiting for a Packagia rare vinyl record I'd saved up for, a gift for my dad's 60th birthday. The tracking app said delivered, but my mailbox was emptier than Karen's sense of shame. I stormed outside just in time to see her lumbering back to her house across the street, a suspicious bulge under her arm. My blood boiled. This wasn't just theft, it was personal. Karen wasn't just stealing mail, she was stealing moments, memories, my dad's smile when he'd opened that record. I wasn't letting her get away with it. I started small, watching her like a hawk. Every morning, I'd perch by my window with a coffee, noting her routine. She'd shuffle out at 10 a.m., pretending to check her own mailbox, then casually drift to mine. Her audacity was almost impressive if it weren't so infuriating. I installed a cheap security camera, the kind you get for $30 on Amazon, and sure enough, there she was, caught in grainy glory, stuffing my electric bill into her purse. I could have confronted her then, but where's the fun in that? Karen needed a lesson, one that had hit her where it hurt, her pride. Step 1 was the glitter bomb. I'd seen those prank videos online, harmless, but humiliating. I ordered a custom kit from a shady website, the kind that promises maximum sparkle, maximum regret. It came with a spring-loaded mechanism that'd explode in a cloud of glitter when opened, coating everything in a shimmering nightmare. I stuffed it into a decoy package labeled urgent, tax documents, and left it in my mailbox. Then I waited, camera ready. The next morning, Karen took the bait. I watched her waddle over, her greedy paws snatching the package with a smirk that screamed, "I'm untouchable." She retreated to her porch, tore it open, and boom. A glittering pink supernova erupted, coating her hair, her tracksuit, her ego. She screamed like a banshee, swatting at the sparkles as if they were bees. The neighborhood dogs started barking. The elderly widow next door, Mrs. Thompson, peeked out, jaw dropped. I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my coffee. But this wasn't enough. Glitter was temporary. Justice needed to stick. I downloaded the camera footage and marched to the post office, where I learned a delicious fact. Tampering with mail is a federal offense. Not just a slap on the wrist, pay a fine, kind of deal serious. Up to 7 years in prison serious. I filed a report with the postal inspector, attached the video, and added a written statement dripping with every ounce of frustration Karen had caused. The inspector, a no-nonsense woman named Linda, watched the footage with a raised eyebrow. "This her?" she asked, pointing at Karen's glitter-dusted scowl. I nodded. Linda smirked. "Oh, she's gonna love meeting me." The next day, I saw Linda's van pull up to Karen's house. I couldn't hear the conversation, but I didn't need to. Karen's face went from smug to ghostly pale as Linda handed her a formal notice. The neighborhood gossip mill churned into overdrive. Mrs. Thompson told me Karen had been stealing mail from half the street magazines, coupons, even a kid's birthday card with a $20 bill inside. The audacity wasn't just personal anymore. It was a spree. Karen didn't go down quietly. She stormed over to my house that evening, still speckled with glitter, her voice a shrill foghorn. "You set me up," she bellowed, jabbing a finger at me. "You think you're so smart with your little camera? I'll sue you." I leaned against my doorframe, calm as a summer breeze. Sumi? Karen, you're lucky I didn't call the cops sooner. That's my dad's birthday gift you stole. Her eyes widened, but she didn't back down. She ranted about her rights, how the neighborhood was against her, how she was just borrowing the mail. I let her dig her own grave, recording every word on my phone. The confrontation drew a small crowd. Mrs. Thompson, the delivery guy who'd seen Karen's antics before, and a teenager who'd been mowing lawns nearby. They didn't say much, but their stares said it all. Karen's reign of terror was over. She huffed, turned on her heel, and stomped back to her house, leaving a trail of glitter like a defeated fairy. The postal inspector's investigation moved fast. They found a stash of stolen mail in Karen's garage, hundreds of letters, packages, even a wedding invitation with a gift card. The evidence was overwhelming. Linda told me Karen was facing multiple counts of mail theft, each carrying a hefty fine and potential jail time. The neighborhood buzzed with a mix of shock and vindication. People started checking their own mailboxes, piecing together what else she'd taken. The kid who lost his $20 got it back. Mrs. Thompson recovered her gardening magazine subscription. Small victories, but they felt like justice. Karen's court date came a month later. I didn't attend, it need to. Mrs. Thompson, ever the gossip, filled me in. Karen tried playing the victim, claiming she was stressed and didn't mean harm. The judge wasn't buying it. She got slapped with a $5,000 fine, 3 years of probation, and 200 hours of community service picking up trash on the very street she'd terrorized. The glitter bomb wasn't mentioned, but I like to think it haunted her every time she saw a sparkle in the mirror. The aftermath was quiet. Karen kept to herself, her swagger gone. The neighborhood felt lighter, like we'd all exhaled a breath we didn't know we were holding. My mailbox became sacred again, and when my dad's vinyl record finally arrived, a replacement from the cellar, I played it loud enough for Karen to hear across the street. Petty? Maybe, but it felt right. Looking back, it wasn't just about the mail. It was about standing up to someone who thought they could take whatever they wanted, consequences be damned. Karen's entitlement was her downfall, and the glitter bomb was just the sparkly cherry on top. I learned something. True justice doesn't always come from a courtroom. Sometimes it's a neighbor with a camera, a plan, and a little creativity. And sometimes, it's the universe reminding people like Karen that karma comes with a federal stamp.